What's up guys, it's Chris and welcome to Let's Roll With It. Today I'm going to teach you how to break a bad habit. You're going to stop buying marinara from the store. Stop using marinara from a jar. You could just make it yourself. Just do everybody a favor. Oh, I don't have time. Yes, you got time. You can slow cook it. You can cook it all day. You can cook it in 2 hours. You can make it. We're going to make a rustic mussels marinara. Everything you just saw was the beginning steps of what you need to chop up. I'm not going to explain how to chop up veggies. I could do that in another video, but today the focus is the marinara. Okay? Let's watch. Well. And okay, alright, so we're going to take a bunch of tomatoes, 12 or 15 or so, it doesn't really matter. And we're going to cut X's on the tops and bottoms of them. And then we're going to put them in a bowl with olive oil, mix them up all nicely, get them all slippery slatty, and we're going to lather them up, and we're going to put them on a sheet tray. We put them on a sheet tray, and we're going to put salt on top of them. And what you're going to want to do, after you put salt on top of them, you're going to put them in the oven on broil for maybe about 20 minutes so they're nice and charred. Alright, moving on to the cooking process. Alright, so we're going to take a pan, we're going to put some luscious olive oil, and we're going to lather that sucker up real nicely. See how shiny? Beautiful, right? Alright, some onions. You saw me dice them up earlier in the intro? That's what you're going to do. You're going to dice up some onions, you're going to throw them in the pot. Lather those suckers up nicely, and then bam, look, garlic, diced garlic, also in the intro. You're going to slide those suckers right in there. Give it a little mixy mix. A little bit more. Keep mixing. Give a little toss. Oh, look at that toss. Beautiful toss. There we go. Keep tossing. Alright, so you want those suckers to be nice and translucent. That's what you're trying to do. Basically, you want them to be a little fragrant. You don't want to burn those suckers. So I just added a little bit of celery in there, which was also in the intro. And then grow some carrots. Dice those carrots up nice and fine. You do not want large chunks. Dice those suckers up as fine as you can. So we're gonna. So far we have what we call a mirepoix. So we have onions, carrots, celery, and a little bit of garlic in there. You mix those suckers up real good. Now my own little twist, I throw in some red peppers, some diced red peppers. Mix it up. Oh yeah. Little tossy toss. Look at that. Flip. Flip. There we go. Flip. Oh. Little salt. You know, salt makes everything better. You need salt. Add salt. And let's not forget the pepper. Let's add a little pepper in there. And okay. So I add a little chili flakes. These are a little bit different. You could use red chili flakes. I use these for another recipe. But moving on. You're going to get some red wine that you would normally drink with. It doesn't matter. Cheap, expensive, it doesn't matter. I use about $15 bottle. So you're going to pour however much in there. Basically what we're doing now is deglazing it. So you're going to get a nice little sizzle out of it. You're going to release all of the aromas from the bottom of the pan. Anything that might stick. If you use a non-stick, even better, it pulled all that scrap from the bottom up. So we're just going to mix all that up real nicely. Alright, now slap a lid on that sucker and we're going to let that steam for a little bit. Maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. You want to get everything cooked really good. Pull that beauty up and everything should be nice, soft, fragrant. Just smell it. Can you smell it? I can smell it. You can see it. I can smell it. Alright, now we got the tomatoes. We pulled them out. They've been broiled for about 15-20 minutes. Nice and charred. So we're going to take them off. We're going to grab a bucket of ice. Whatever you got, just the largest container of ice. We're going to fill them up. We're going to let them soak for a little bit. And we're going to peel off all the skin. The best we can. It's not always going to come off perfectly, but we can pull it out in the end. So we're going to pull all these up. and we're gonna put them in a bowl separately, and we're gonna crush them up. Crush them with your hands. Get all, get in love with the food there, and crush them up. All right, continue crushing those bad boys up. All right, so we're going to put all the mixture we had before in that wine mixture, mix them up. I use a potato masher, then I'll throw them in a stock pot. Now I throw a little tomato paste, which I'll show you how to make later. Then a little chicken stock. Then I got some fresh bay leaves, and then some beautiful basil. All right, and then a little more chili flakes that I had before. A little salt, a little pepper. Salt and pepper does everything wonderfully. And then these right here are Chantel mushrooms, and this is chicken stock. We're going to add that together, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to throw all that stuff right in there. So the Chantel mushrooms are dried. You want to buy those at the grocery store dried. And, it adds just a subtle flavor, and it adds like an amazing texture to it. So we're going to let that sucker cook for about 2 hours. And this is the result after it's cooked for about 2 hours. I know that seemed pretty instantaneous, but that's the beauty of, film editing. So I take this wonderful spoon here. I'm going to take a little tasty taste. Nom, 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 nom. And, I need a little salt. So we're going to add a little more salt. It's to your flavor. It's to your taste. Whatever you want to do. Add as much salt. So this right here, sugar. We're going to add sugar. Add sugar. But it really does need sugar. You think it's weird, but we're gonna add some sugar to it. So we're gonna stir it up, continue mixing up real good. Get it all mixed up, all wonderfully like. Give it a little tasty taste. See where we're at. Alright, that was good. That was really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all the undesirables out. So this being a rustic marinara sauce, we're going to have some large chunks in there. It's not going to be as nice and purified as we want it to. So we're going to take some of the the bits of tomatoes out that we feel like we may not want in there. We're going to take the basil leaves out, and then the bay leaves. We're going to take those out. I always forget however many I put in there, so try to remember. I think I put like 5 in there, but I always end up leaving, 1.5 in there. But whatever. You get a bite, you got a basil leaf in there. It is what it is. Just fish out whatever you need. All right, so we're gonna move on to some boiling water. We're gonna add some salt to that sucker. Get it all going good, and once it gets a rolling boil, we're going to add a little spaghetti pasta to it, or whatever pasta you want. It doesn't really matter. I add spaghetti. So we're going to put that in there, lay it in there, we'll let it sit for a couple minutes, and we're going to take some tongs. So we're going to turn it a little bit, do not break your pasta. Please don't break your pasta. Just turn it. Just wait a minute. And we're going to let that cook real nicely. And then we're going to get up to our timer here, and we're going to set it for 8 minutes to get a perfect al dente. And moving on. So now we're at the mussel stages. I told you earlier we're doing mussels. So these are mussels here. Thing you gotta know about mussels here is they need to be washed. So you should probably soak them in some water. And what I'm doing here is I'm looking for mussels that might be open. These two happen to be attached to each other. See that? It's not magic. They're actually attached to each other. And you're going to tear off the little hair, which is actually called their beard, ironically enough. And you're going to pull that off. And to make sure there's no sand attached to them, after you've done all that, you're going to take a skillet. And then you're going to throw in some nice knobs of butter. And then you're going to take some garlic confit in a video that I haven't posted yet, but I will show you how to make. Or you could take regular oil if you don't have garlic confit. Hey, look, there's a chili oil in there. It doesn't matter. That's fine too. So you're going to throw all of these suckers in there. But you want to check them first, because you do not want to munch upon one of these guys after they've been dead. And when they're dead, they're open like this. See how that guy's open? But he may just be messing with you. This guy's not. But we're going to take a tap, 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 tap. If you tap them with another shell and they close, they're still good. They're just messing with you. But this guy, he's still open, so I'm not going to take the chance, because I don't want food poisoning, and neither do you. So what we're going to do here is we'll dump them all in the pot here. Then we'll take a little chicken stock, a little dumpy dump there. Yep. And then we're going to cover it up, let them steam for about 5 minutes. No more than 5 minutes. Do not overcook these guys, because otherwise that will be tough. So now I got a bowl with a cheesecloth. So I'm going to take everything I have in here and I'm going to put it in the bowl with the cheesecloth, because you want to save the liquid. The liquid is key. Do not lose that flavor, homie. Do not lose it. So we're going to strain it out, put it back in the pot. So one thing I forgot to tell you, save your pasta water. At least save, a cup of it, because it's going to help you thicken up your sauce. Alright, you're going to take some of that pasta water, maybe about, a cup or so. Then you take a bunch of that marinara that you made, and you're going to mix that right up in there until it looks nice and beautiful, like stir it up. And then we're going to take some of our mussels, we're going to break them open. Take about half of them. You're going to break them open, you're going to drop those, the little meat of the mussels right in there. And then after you take about half of those, you're going to take the other half and just dump them right in there. And then let those sit for about another 5 minutes. And bam, voila, there you go. That's a beautiful masterpiece right there, man. Alright guys, do not forget to season your pasta. Okay, this is very important. So, I added some of that garlic confit that I had earlier. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. I chopped up some parsley. We're going to throw some of that in there and save a little bit for the marinara after we assemble everything. So mix everything up, go ahead and grab a plate and twirl your pasta up on a spoon, present it nicely, throw some of those mussels right on there, get a little extra sauce, garnish with a couple extra whole mussels, push some Parmigiano Reggiano on there. I threw a little garlic chili oil on there because I put that stuff on everything. And this is it. Rustic Mussels Marinara, guys. Do me a favor. Like and subscribe to my video. Help me out. Like and subscribe. Tell me what you want me to cook for you. Till next time, guys. See you next week.
Let's roll with it.